Was 2024 a good year for anime? Well, that is a question we are going to answer in this video. We are going to go over each season and talk about some of the standout shows of the seasons and try to determine if this was a good year for anime or not. I already have an answer, but you'll have to wait till the end to hear it. But with that, let's jump into this video by first talking about the winter season. So the winter season had a few really good anime come out, but that's it, a few really good anime. The rest of the season was just kinda okay at best and bad at worst. But some of the highlights of the season include anime like Solo Leveling with its high quality animation and just its sheer popularity. Delicious in Dungeon is another massive standout from this season. It was a really funny show that had a lot of depth in its character writing and it was really able to get us to like the characters and the world they inhabited. It is also just a really solid anime to watch. Classroom of the Elite Season 3 also came out during this season and of course was just more of the same great show. But the two biggest standouts of the season in my opinion are first, A Sign of Affection. This anime was a really cute and wholesome romance series about a deaf girl and a bit of an oddball guy falling in love with each other. This anime was just so good on every single level and it made the winter season so damn good. And the next is The Dangers in My Heart Season 2. Holy shit was this season good. If you liked Season 1, this is just more of that but enhanced 20 or 30 fold. Like, I swear it's incredible, and if you didn't particularly like Season 1, then I will say that you should give Season 2 a chance because it is incredible as hell. Those are all the shows that season that I would say are standouts, but let's talk about some of the other anime that came out during the season as well. Other good anime that came out during the season are Mashle Season 2 and Tsukimichi Season 2. Both of these anime were pretty solid and I enjoyed them thoroughly. However, neither of them stood out as truly remarkable and memorable series from this season, so although they are good, I couldn't really put them in the great series alongside some of the others. And lastly, there's one series that I have to talk about that is absolutely ass and I couldn't go through this video without bringing it up. But Change Soldier is one of the worst anime that came out this year with its over-reliance on unnecessary ecchi moments that make you question why the hell a story like this even exists, but then you remember there is a demographic for this type of story out there and you lose faith in humanity again. But yeah, this anime is ass and I wouldn't watch it if you actually enjoy good anime. The spring season is one of two really big standout seasons this year, with the fall being the other one, but we'll talk about the fall later on in this video. For now, we are talking about the spring season. This season had a lot of good anime coming out. Alright, so first, the standout amazing anime of this season. There are 4, maybe 5 that hold this spot, with the last one getting its peak during the summer season, but I will still talk about it here. So first, Spice and Wolf. This is the best anime of the year and I don't want to hear anything come out of anybody else's mouth. This was only a retelling of the old anime without the filler that the old anime had, and it made it a little further into the story I believe. But this anime was just incredible for it being a remake. It did such an incredible job of telling an already amazing story for new fans to enjoy while also making the experience really different and unique for older fans to want to watch and check this version of the anime out. Spice and Wolf is one of the best anime ever, and this anime encapsulates why so well. Next up is Mushoku Tensei Season 2 Part 2. This anime was so fucking good, like my god. This stretch of 12 episodes was the best stretch of 12 episodes this anime has had so far. We have gotten to see the development of Rudeus even further, he has started to grow and mature a lot more, we got to witness tragedy and triumph, plus we also got to witness this show at its worst / best, with Rudeus of course doing the exact same damn thing his father did by cheating on his wife, but he took it a step further and decided to actually marry her. Well, like, damn Rudeus, you're crazy, but hey, that's what you would expect from a guy like him. This stretch of episodes was so good and was definitely a standout for me. Alright, the next anime is called A Condition Called Love. This show was so good, like the actual quality of the anime is hit or miss, but the story and characters of this anime really make you ignore those other things and you just sit there and enjoy a really cute romance anime about two broken kids falling in love with each other. Plus, the OP is a bop and I absolutely listen to it on repeat every once in a while because it is good shit. This series is just another cute romance anime, but it is different from the others and it makes for a really good watch if romance is your thing. Alright, the next standout anime of this season is My Hero Academia Season 7. Like I said earlier, I think this really picked up during the summer, but since I won't bring it up there, I'll just talk about it here. This season was insane throughout. We got to see the start of the final battle, and there were so many insane moments throughout this season that just make it stand out. The storytelling this season was great. The character writing was great. I really liked how this arc has given everyone a role to play, so it doesn't feel like one character is contributing more than another, even if there are some more important than others. Giving everyone a role that they can perform is great. The fighting in this season was insane as well. We got to see so much that really made this anime shine. Lastly, the final standout anime of this season is Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night. This was a really good anime about discovering your dreams and working hard to achieve the things you love. This show was so good, the story was incredibly emotional and had a lot of great moments in it. The characters were great and they all developed into great people who have overcome their traumatic past. This anime was just so good that it made me really love this story more and more as it went on. This is a series that if you haven't watched, then I recommend it more than any other anime this year because it is super unique and also really good. Some other notable shows that came out this season are Kaiju No. 8, which was a solid shonen, Konosuba Season 3, which is just more Konosuba, and Slime Season 3, which was actually a pretty solid season of the show, although it did start off pretty slow. Alright, next up is the worst season of the year, and a season that I dare say was hot trash, and that is obviously the summer season. The standout anime of this season were Oshinoko and Shoshimen. Both of these anime were great. Oshinoko was just a continuation of an already great series, and it kept the momentum going into this season and continued to be great this season as well. Shoshimen is an anime that most of you might not have heard of, but it was a really good series by the creator of Hyouka. This was a fun mystery series about two people trying to be normal while also being the most abnormal people possible. This is a mostly episodic anime where each episode there's a new mystery to solve, but there's also an overarching story told that is slowly being pieced together as you watch the anime and try to figure it out. This anime was really fun and I definitely recommend it. Alright, there are two anime this season that I want to talk about, not necessarily for their quality, but because of how much they surprised me. The first one of those anime is going to be Days with My Stepsister. This anime from the title alone I thought would be another one of those trashed incest anime that goes nowhere and serves no purpose for existing, but I was thoroughly mistaken. This is a very heartfelt anime about two people growing closer together and trying to be good siblings to each other after their parents remarry. The characters know how to respect boundaries and we never see any gross stuff in this anime. It is just two kids who clearly both have some trauma trying to be the best siblings they can be for their parents' happiness, if nothing else, but obviously they do end up falling in love with each other for real. But even then, the story doesn't take it down a gross path. Both characters know it's wrong and try to suppress these feelings until they can't anymore. This series was genuinely a really great show that I recommend to those of you who love a great drama series. And the next anime that surprised me was Makine Too Many Losing Heroines. This anime ended up being a surprising highlight of the otherwise really bland season. It was really funny, and the characters each have their own faults that make each one of them funny together. But we also get to see a lot of surprisingly genuine moments in this show as well, which really just makes the whole thing shine through. This show is the definition of I didn't expect that, but in the best way possible. The summer season is a season that really holds this whole year back from being a truly great year for anime, but with one more season to talk about, let's hope they can salvage this year. Alright, let's jump into the most recent season, the fall season. This season was stacked beyond belief, and in a way that is different from the spring season, which was stacked with sequels and remakes. This season was stacked with a bunch of great new anime that makes it a better season in my opinion for being able to have so many great new anime coming out while also being able to have so many great sequels as well. Firstly, let's just get into the biggest anime of the season, Dandadan. It got so popular for good reason, because the show is incredible. For a shonen series, we have seen just how absolutely insane it can be. Chainsaw Man is also an insane shonen, but I feel like it takes it too far sometimes. Dandadan is a really good balance between absolute insanity and also just being a really good story with good characters. Plus, the production quality of this anime is peak, like goddamn. ReZero also came out this season, and the first half of the show was a really good setup for what is coming in the coming weeks, and I am ready for it. Blue Box is the perfect culmination of romance and sports being mixed together to make a great show. This anime is super wholesome, and seeing the characters push themselves to be better is also great. I've been reading the manga ever since the first chapter came out, and seeing this get animated was so nice. It is a really good anime that both romance and sports enjoyers can love. The biggest sleeper anime of the entire year is Orb on the Movements of the Earth. This anime is genuinely the best anime to come out this year, excluding my personal bias of Spice and Wolf. This series is one of those that you're just surprised that it isn't more popular, but then you remember, oh yeah, Disney Jail is a thing. If you haven't watched this anime, do so, because you are missing out on a truly incredible piece of fiction that talks about the struggle of dreams and going against what you and others believe in. It is so good. That is all I can really say here. If you want to hear more, I have a whole video on the show which you can check out. Another show that is a personal favorite of mine is Nina the Starry Bride. This anime was just a really good romance fantasy anime with a lot of political moves being made constantly. This show was a really funny and also had a great main character. The series was peak in my mind. Other good shows this season include the Ranma 1/2 remake, Danmachi Season 5, Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Season 3, and Yakuza Fiancé. And even then, this wasn't everything. This season had so many good shows that it is hard to bring them all up and talk about them. However, there is one show that released a little special this season, and I have to talk about it because it is the absolute peak of anime this year, and that is the One Piece fan letter. This little short was so good, and encapsulated perfectly why I love One Piece so much. The story of this short was a very nice story of what it means to be a normal person in a very abnormal world. We see the struggles of two ordinary marine grunts who aren't anything special. We see this little girl idolize the Straw Hats and especially Nami. Plus, the production on this short is actually insane. It doesn't miss at all and is genuinely really incredible. The fall season was absolutely stacked with anime that it almost makes up for the lack of good anime in the summer season. So, was 2024 a good year for anime? Well, that is of course up to interpretation, but in my opinion, yes, it is. However, I don't think it was a peak year like 2022 or 2023 were, mostly for the lack of amazing shows in 2 out of the 4 seasons, specifically in the summer season, which was really lacking. But the seasons that did have great anime had some truly great anime in them, and a lot of them as well. But yeah, 2024 was good, but let's hope 2025 can be better.